my theory on why men absolutely love girls in sundresses. This isn't even a theory, it's true, and I even asked my boyfriend.
Before we get started, yes, it is indeed true, but let's see what the wonderful young lady has to say about it.
And he said the same exact thing. So we know the alternative to sweatpants and a backwards hat for guys is a sundress for girls. Why is it just a sundress? My boyfriend bought me probably the most beautiful, prettiest sundress I have ever seen, and I've never seen him be so quick to see me in it and out of it. This man knows nothing about fashion. I love him to death, but he knows literally nothing about fashion at all. Most times I have to dress him if we're going somewhere nice. Any other girlfriends out there like that? But he knows nothing about fashion. So when I picked up this sundress, begs me to go try it on, right? I go try it on, I come out, and he's like, this man was at a loss of words, as he should be, and he always is. But it was different with this sundress. He goes, oh, you're definitely getting that. And before I can even take this dress off, this man already has his card pulled out. That's when I knew why guys love sundresses on girls. And I even asked him, and he said the same exact thing that I was thinking. A sundress is probably the girliest and most feminine piece of clothing a girl can wear, and guys love that. Not all, but a lot of guys love when girls show up in their feminine energy, especially in the way that they dress. Sundresses have always been a big fashion symbol for feminine energy. For example, Barbie dolls. Dolls always wear those super pretty, light, feminine looking sundresses, right? Flowy dresses with pretty colors. Yeah, men eat that shit up. And also, the manlier the man, the more they eat it up. They honestly devour it, and this trend proves it. Sundresses are so hot. Honestly, can we blame them? This all makes a lot of sense to me because I remember learning this type of stuff in my psychology classes. A lot of masculine men look for the alternative, which is a girly girl. Anytime I dress super girly or I wear a sundress, my boyfriend goes absolutely crazy, just like he did the day he bought me that sundress. This man worships the ground that I walk on, but if I'm walking in a sundress, he's literally setting up a red carpet underneath my feet. And I know exactly why. I love sundresses, so it's a win-win.
Message from your wife telling you how much she appreciates everything you do every day for her and your children. That's gonna make you want to go out and get more and more and more. And then you get to bring it home and say, look, I did it again. And then I did it again. And now we're here. And in 2 years, we're gonna be here. That is a power that I think most men don't get to use solely because the women forget to acknowledge how hard it is to be a man and how much they should be appreciating what that man is doing.
I think this is what a lot of women miss when they talk about this whole equality thing, right? We're not exactly wired the same. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're a human being. I'm a human being, right? And I guess as humans, we're equal, right? But when it comes down to what's expected of us within a relationship, we have to perform so much, so much. And a simple act of appreciation makes it all the more better. The way we're wired, that act of appreciation is like a battery in our back.
The quickest way to make a man bitter and angry is to do things that make him question your loyalty and respect. Mainly respect. Men operate heavily off of respect, and they don't just go by words. You can't just tell them you respect them. You have to show them you respect them. When it comes to having a happy marriage, I would say to all women watching this, just show respect.
I don't know how this fact is lost on a lot of women, right? It's really, really simple. Respect takes intentionality. It goes against your feelings sometimes, but it's a decision that's made because of how much that person matters to you. That regardless of how you may feel about the situation, you're going to be who you promised that you were going to be because you care about them enough. That's what respect looks like.
And cater to your man. I've been saying it and I'm gonna keep on saying it. So why y'all not doing it? Because it's free. I'm telling you. Motivate and encourage him. Free. Show some appreciation. Free. Compliments. Free. Consideration.
Nice.
Free. Be his cheerleader. Have his back. Free.
Act like you
Loyalty. If he lost it out today, make sure he know that he ain't gonna lose you too. Free. Listen to him. Talk to him with respect. Free. Be quiet and watch the game with him. Free. If he got hair, wash his hair. Rub his head. Rub his beard. And that's just light stuff. Listen, if you really want to be some pressure, get him tickets to see his favorite team play. You know he like the grill. Buy him that Blackstone. Let him come home to a home-cooked meal. Buy him some cologne. Surprise him to a day out at the gun range. And if you really want to do a little razzle-dazzle, get him that lift kit. Now, I know I lost y'all with some of that. And some of these things ain't even about spoiling a man. It's about treating your partner well, tending to them, loving on them as he loves on you. This ain't slavery, baby. It's an honor.
I have plenty of theories, and maybe I'll do a video on it later on, but you guys go ahead, comment below what you may think could be the reason why a lot of women don't, engage in this, because like she said, it's it's pretty much an honor. I know with us men, when we have a woman that we really care about, right, due to our nature, we consider it almost an honor to do nice things for her.
I remember my grandfather telling me, God rest his soul, before he passed away, that men have 4 different appetites that you have to tend to. He said, men are not complicated. He said, I'm just going to break it down to you. He told me, he said, men have a physical appetite, a visual appetite, a sexual appetite, and an emotional appetite.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, right? I just got to point this out. Don't she got like that Rihanna forehead thing going? I'm just saying. I'm not saying she looked like Rihanna, but she kind of got that Rihanna forehead going. You know what I'm saying? You know, good head on you. All right, let's go.
And for a minute, I really didn't understand it when I was younger, but as I got older, it really started to click. It always stayed with me.
Yeah.
He said, physically, you need to make sure that you know how to cook. And if you don't know how to cook, then find out how to cook. And if you can't, then at least have a meal on the stove or in the stove. By the time he get there, that's warm, especially if that man is taking care of the household. He said, it don't take a lot of work. He said it don't. And I watched my grandmother do it. I watched her do it, so I know that I'm capable. He said a visual appetite. He said, keep yourself up. He said, if you're the only woman that this man is going to be with, at least keep yourself up. He said, because men still need to be stimulated visually. So that way they can crave you. He said,
you know what? And that kind of reminds me, right? I was once told, believe it or not, by a woman, but it made a lot of sense, right? And it translates into what she just said her grandfather told her. She told me that the reason why she works out so hard is because she doesn't have to sleep with herself. Let that sink in, right? I think it's a good idea for us all to try to keep ourselves up, especially our women, but because at the end of the day, we don't have to sleep with ourselves. Think about it. It'll make sense. Marinate.
And yeah, he said, love will still be there. He said, and although your looks will fade, you the one woman that he wants to look at. Give him something. Excite him. Make him imagine something. Tease him. Right? And then there's my grandfather told me, he said that, yes, visually you can stimulate a man. He said, but don't forget that men are sexual in nature. You're the only woman that he desired. Take some time out of y'all day. He said, look, if y'all got to share the responsibilities, share the responsibilities. You both do things in the house so that way when the kids are down, y'all both can bathe and oil each other down. He said, that's going to help y'all connect. And then last one, he said, men do have an emotional appetite. He said, all men want to feel is appreciated, understood, heard. That's it. He said, just listen to him. You don't got to talk much. Just listen. He always told me that men are not that complicated.
How to spoil your man after a long day of work.
Let's see what she got. Okay. Look like chicken bites. All right, fresh, not a frozen mess. Okay, wings. Okay, chick. So that she might be a Filipino. Interesting. Oh, so that was chicken thighs, okay. Damn. Yeah, I think she's a Filipino. So
I love to see him eating the meal that I cooked. I love seeing him sleep easy. Like every night, like clockwork, I scratch this man's back to sleep. And I know when he's asleep because I can tell when his breathing changes. And some people might think that's psychotic, but that's like, I just know that's when I'm like, oh, I can stop now. But I find joy in being your rest.
What does a submissive woman do for her man?
Everything.
What does that mean?
Just making sure all the things that he wants, and like I pretty much read his mind. So it's like if I know you and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning, I know how you are about midday, I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man, and I've been known to love people back to health.
I can dig that.
And sometimes it's very draining, but my love is my superpower. And I used to hate that about myself, but now it's like I'm just embracing it. Like that's who I am. Like if I love you, I can heal you.
Like, as a submissive person, what do you have to be mindful of to ensure you're not being taken advantage of?
I don't know any man who wouldn't move mountains, they mama, kick their daddy in the punch they nana behind a chick like this if any one of them people wronged her. Maybe it's a slight exaggeration, but still, you get the point, right? The level of dedication and attentiveness, right? When we think of a woman that loves us, this is what it looks like.